Hi guys, I'm Rita. In today's episode, I will go through the process of setting up and starting record transactions on Rhino Apps accounting software. Rhino Apps works well for sole traders and small businesses, and it is government approved, making tax digital compliant accounting software. So, structure for today. Registration process, system settings and licenses, adding new customers or suppliers, recording cash sales and sales invoices, and adding expenses and supplier invoices. Okay guys, we will start with first section, and it will combine registration, system settings and licenses. There is two or three options for you how to do. I would say two. First is on your laptop. You can access Rhino accounting software by clicking in your browser and searching for rhinoapps.com, or on mobile phone device by searching in your marketplace by Rhino Softwares Limited. You will see three different softwares there, but you should select Rhino Online. We will cover that bit in a little bit later. So let's start with registering on Rhino Apps software version on laptop. To register, you need to click on Login, and at the bottom you will see Create New Account. There is a pop-up asking if you are a member of Federation for Small Businesses. If you are, select yes. If no, select no. No confusion, right? The difference is if you are part of Federation for Small Businesses, you will have benefits like discounted monthly membership fees for a particular paid package. So I will select no. I'm not a member of Federation for Small Businesses. Okay, you will need to enter your name and email address. Email address for your business, or as a sole trader, what email you are using. So next, terms and conditions. You can read through all terms and conditions and understand what you need to follow, and what are disclaimers and warranties and etc. Accept and proceed. Okay, once we registered, this pop-up message will show that you need to complete registration by going to your email address to authorize or confirm that it's actually you who are requesting access to the system. So let's flip to my inbox. And there is an email. Click on an email, and it asks to click here. It's in blue letters, you cannot miss it, to complete your registration. Okay, we have successfully created an account. Follow steps required. Now we need to enter a password. So a little bit slow. There's two parts to check. Let's start with left hand side. There are system settings, you cannot miss them. System default is a part what holds all details about how your trading business are looking. So you can add details of your company and all other sections. So we will go one by one. If you want edit and add information, you need to click on edit button first to add more details. For example, if you don't press edit, it all will be grayed out. And if you edit and add information but don't click save, information will be not saved, right? So address, I will just type in and click save. Once you saved, it will drop you back to dashboard if you're adding details about your company. Let's go back and check other bits what are important. Firstly, use of your own email address. So it's default to Rhino Apps mail service, but please update it to your email address. VAT settings. If you are not VAT registered, you will need to remove that information. Otherwise, all invoices what you will create will add 20% VAT on top of it. And plus it will show your VAT registration number on your invoice. So click edit. Let's remove VAT. And switch it off. Okay, we can save or we can follow up next sections and then save once we are happy with every single section. Invoice settings. This is a place where you can amend your payment terms and format settings for your emails, what you're sending out with an invoice to your customers, and noting where money need to be sent and what kind of types of you would use for a customer to pay into your bank account or using any other services like Stripe. We'll cover a little bit later. So payment terms, if your payment terms is 7 days or 14 days or 30 days or 2 months, it's up to you. Change this information here. Also, if you require add purchase orders on your invoices, these are the settings what you would use to modify based on needs of your business. Terms, if you don't amend this text, this is the text what exactly will show up on your invoice. So please amend it. So please pay this invoice within. I had 14 days above, so I will update this information to 14 days. And in notes, I will add information where they should make a payment. So make payments to, I will say, okay, and bank account and sort code. So you format in a way how you want it to look like, even one line, or like I've done, you just put enter and put in couple separate rows. Email subject and email template. All these squared brackets will consolidate or take information from available information on system already. For example, it's in square brackets showing company name. That company name actually comes from what is your company name. In my case, it will show up as a Rita K. An invoice reference, if you are sending invoice 0007, it will show up and feed that information from that particular invoice and show on an email subject. The same applies for email template. If you sending invoice for a certain customer like ABC Limited, it will read from that invoice that information and will already default it to that particular customer. I'll say, dear ABC Limited, our invoice is attached for your attention, and etc. So you can change this section as you want and as you prefer. Maybe you don't want all these address details to show up or emails or websites. Just delete and remove them. Yeah. Okay, the same applies for credit note settings. If you want to change, for example, you want to amend credit note, you don't want to show as CN, you maybe want to show as a CRN, just amend how you want, and starting at 0025. Electronic customer payments. You can enable Rhino apps accounting software to connect with Stripe if you will use. So this is a place where you will do it. Expenses. If your expenses need approval, select to that employees will need to approve it. For example, if you are not the only one who would use the systems, there are multiple people because you have a bigger team. This is a place where you will select that expenses what are entered on system need to be approved first. Appointment notes and documents. If you want notes not to be edited, once they are added and they cannot be changed. This is an area where you will amend your settings as an administrator. So we covered system defaults. So click Save. Okay. Next section is system appearance. You can change your colors here, how you want your app to look like, so you can personalize it, which is very great. If you don't like blue, change it to more reddish colors or yellow colors, and if you prefer blue, just keep it as it is. Next one is number currency formats. This is the area where you can change how many digits there are and what kind of currency symbol you're using. If your business are using euros, so you can amend currency symbol or money symbol to euros, and the same for any other currencies like USD, like American dollars or Australian dollars. This is a place where you to change. Also decimal symbols. Sometimes people don't use full stops, they're using commas. You can add information here, update as you wish and as you prefer. And the same applies for date and time format, because in different countries there is different setup of your date and time. Sometimes day follows after month, or it starts with year, follows up with month and finishes with date. So this is a place where you would do and amend this information. Yeah, okay. So we covered registration process and system settings. Also, you can click on this, I don't know, I'm calling it a flower, but it's actually the settings. So there is more details. You can look on features used, you can change passwords, you can log out from your system, you can add app calendar integration. And if I'm clicking on personal settings, it shows the font size, display names, and what is my login details in this case. So if you're doing any amendments or changes, just don't forget to save those changes. Yeah. This actual version is demo version. It is, when you're logging on first or registering, is always will default to demo version, so so you are able to get familiar with the software. The way how you can switch to your live version is to click on upgrade for free. When we click on upgrade for free, it will show us different plans or pricing packages what you can choose from. Very first one is free, then followed up with micro and basics. Check all features which are more to left hand side to all these free packages, and choose the one which more appropriate for your business needs. And if you need more advice on this information, consult with your accountant or someone who would know more about details and could help you to understand this software better. So to start to go and use this software, you need to have it a live version. So I will select a free version at the beginning, so I would have an option to have more recording options, let's say. So I will be able to record 30 invoices, the same about expenses and uploading information, etc. So select one of these options when you click the upgrade, and I'm going for free edition, and I will click confirm. Okay, Now it states that your live account has been created. And it's asking if you want to switch to live account. Click yes. Okay, this is your live account. And you'll say, okay, and if I want to go back to demo version, where I can go and what I should do. Can you see on the right hand side, there is this like a bell icon, like free paper pages stacked, and settings icon. When you click on the middle one, that's where you can switch between play area, which I'm calling demo, or live account. So when you click on play area, it will show on the left hand side play account here. So when you log in on your system, always check on which version you are. If you want to add actual expenses or create an actual invoice, make sure that you are creating in correct area or environment. If you want to record it on live account, make sure that you are in live account. For live account, there is no option. It doesn't show on top that it's in live version. So just always double check on which environment you are in. So for example, after a certain time, you have decided that you want to actually upgrade. You need more users, or there is any other reasons why you want to upgrade. The area where you can upgrade your licenses is on this left hand side. There is this, I'm calling flower. When you click on it, there is, okay, not on this version. You need to go on live account. Sorry, I've been misleading a little bit. So when you click there, you will be able to see your license. When you click on your license, it's loading. Okay, it shows current options or limits for your license. So for my free edition license, there is 30 orders, 30 companies, estimates, jobs, invoices, expenses, appointments, and etc. And plus my storage, maximum storage for this software is 30 megabytes. And I have used currently 0 megabytes at this point. If I have decided that, well, I actually need, I need 2 free users, yeah? So I want to go for basic package. Click on upgrade license, and this is a place where you can update. So when you click on basic edition, it will show how many free licenses, what is your document storage, and you can actually add how many gigabytes you want or etc. And it will add additional price for it. And it shows at the bottom your monthly license fee. So that will be charged to you. And once you are happy with it, just click confirm. The same as with demo version, it's better double check your system defaults to make sure that you are happy with all information that's provided. For example, adding address, postcode, phone, website, and etc. The same about using your own email address, invoice settings. Let's edit it. We want our invoice to start from, let's say, 1,000. Payment terms 14 days. And please pay this invoice within 14 days. And make sure that you add your current or correct one bank account. Don't leave these sort codes and a bank account which are just made up numbers, yeah? Or you can add any other information in this note. Click on edit, amend your details, and click save. Don't forget to double check system settings once you are on live version, yeah? I know guys, it's a very technical and maybe boring stuff, but how about let's take a short break? Shall we do it? I think so, let's do it. Okay guys, let's continue, right? Okay, this section we will cover how you can add new customer or new supplier. There is two ways how you can add customers and only one way how you can add suppliers. So very first way how you can do, or easiest way, is through contact section on your left hand side. So click on contact and there is default job blocks and we want to add new. Click on this button add. So we will fill in details for very first one, client. So let's say add an email of this business so all invoices can be sent to customer directly. Okay, search tags. If you know what that business specializes in, you can add this information there. It will be easier for you to search later when you have a bigger list of your contacts with client list within client list. Or you can use this section to add what services you're selling to this client. For example, if you're selling photography, different services, and then you are also freelancing, providing some courses online, so you can use these keywords or tags in your benefit. So photography. Invoice terms, you can add invoice terms for this particular client. Okay, next section. Customer and supplier. This is where you choose if this client or contact is customer or supplier. But there might be times when actual customer is also actual supplier. For example, if I'm providing photography services for this customer, there might be that actual ABC Limited provides maybe raw materials for me, like USB sticks or particular branding pens and etc. So the same client might be customer and supplier. So you do not need to create a separate contact or client card for the same business or the same sole trader if you know that this person will be also supplier. This is a place where you can select that this client is also my supplier. Okay, save. Let's add a couple more. Okay, now if we search by tag, let's say online course, it filters out by the 2% for which we added in tags an online course customers or suppliers. So you can use these features and later to send an email to that particular customers or suppliers to notifying of any increase in price, decrease in price, any special offers, and etc. This is a very useful tool to use to search by particular, let's say, income stream customer group. Okay, so this is the one way how you can add customers. There is another way how you can add customers, and this is a way through dashboard. When you click on dashboard and when you create invoice or enter a cash sale, for example, when you click on this search button under customer, you can add new customer by clicking this button. Oh, wrong button. I mean on contact cards here. And you will be able to add details about this new customer here. Yeah. So let's go back. Okay, and the same applies for enter cash sale. When you click on enter cash sale, we will select customer, clicking on the search loop, magnifying loop, or how you want to call it. So click on that one, and if you cannot see customers there, you can click on add, and this will be an option for you to add a new customer. Okay, let's cancel, come back. Regarding suppliers, there is only one way how to add a new supplier, and it's through contacts. So if you will try to add expense, you will be unable to add from expense tab new supplier. So this is the only place where you can add new suppliers. In this part, I will show you how you can record cash sales and create sales invoice. So let's start with creating sales invoice. So there's two places where you can create an invoice, either from dashboard by clicking on this create invoice, or you can go to invoicing tab and create an invoice by clicking add. All invoices at the beginning will be created in a draft status. You will be able to preview and then confirm it to an invoice. So let's create a sales invoice. So let's say invoice date was last Friday. A customer, click on this magnifying loop or search, and let's select customer ABC, and we will say online course. We can add detailed line items. For example, if your online course has two parts, so click add, and you can select either there is expenses or goods and services. We will have goods and services. So firstly, it's monthly subscription, and we can say that is relating to February 22, and there is 1 month and rate is £25, and click save. On closer to left hand side, it will populate all these separate items relating to this online course. So we have, for example, another part of package for online course what this person selected. It is 1-to-1 one-to-one coaching session, which person selected 2, and rate per coaching session, for example, is £100. Click save. So these are two options what person selected, and it should total to £225. Click done, and now this total up value of £225 already appears here. You cannot amend it here because it pre-populates from these detailed line items. When you click on it, you can see what makes up this £225. These two lines will show up also on your invoice. Yeah, we'll show that one. So these are the details what we added on our settings section. So if you want to change or amend, like I can see there is something still not quite nice, what I would like to look like, this is a place where you can still amend. So add dots, commas, or more details. And also you can add repeat. Repeat, that means that this invoice with those lines will recur every month. For example, there was a contract or agreement that this person wants this happen for every month, or let's say every quarter, or maybe annually to happen. So let's say monthly, and end date would be end of February. So for next 2 months, this person want to do this kind of package for online course. Click save. And this invoice is in draft status. Also, you can see on the left-hand side that it's showing draft here and also draft here. So there is no invoice number at the moment. You can scroll a little bit down on the right-hand side and there is two options, either finalize invoice or preview invoice. When you click preview invoice, details about how this invoice will look like will show up to client. You can download this invoice to have a look, and if needed, you can amend any changes if required. So let's say we are happy with information, what's entered and how invoice look like, and then click finalize invoice. And when you look on current, this were from draft, it's moved to a current, so and it's given an invoice number, which is very good. So now this invoice can be downloaded, sent to client if required. So if you want to change, you can create another document, email invoice or view in PDF document. If there is mistake in typing any of numbers, for example, there just should be 200 or there should be £175, you will need to issue credit note for this invoice and recreate it again. Yeah, so once it's posted, you cannot amend. It's why it saves in a draft version, so you can amend before you confirm how this invoice look like. Yeah. Can I edit? Oh, it allows edit. Okay, was not aware about this one. So you can actually edit invoice once it's been created, and you do not need to create a credit note. Credit note will be created possible if you submit this invoice through part, let's say, of your VAT submission. So you have reported it to your tax institutions, then you will need to issue credit note. If you haven't reported yet, if it allows you, you can edit it. If it doesn't allow you or give option to edit, unfortunately it's been submitted and you will need to create a credit note to offset this amount and create a new invoice. Yeah. So, okay. So this is the one way to issue invoice from invoicing tab. You can also issue invoice from dashboard. You can click on create invoice and it moves to invoicing straight away, and it looks like in the same way. Just do add and create invoice as you wish. If you need to settle this invoice, for example, person paid for this invoice already upon receiving it instead of waiting till due date, you can get it off from your current or overdue list if you have received your money via bank transaction, for example, by clicking on money in. So when we click on money in, let's say on 22nd, on method, this is where you choose how the person paid, via cash, check or electronic. Electronic is a bank payment or any other payment options what that person maybe choose, like either Stripe or PayPal, maybe Apple Pay, and etc. So 225 is that invoice, so it's defaulting automatically, and you can add additional notes if required. So I will just put invoice number here, and you can attach support documents, for example, remittance advice if business is sending, or screenshot of a transaction maybe. So click save, and no, we don't want to attach receipt. Okay. So now there is no current and there is no overdue payments, and when you click on money in, it shows what's been received. Let's go back to dashboard. Now we want to issue a cash sale. You may ask, what is a cash sale? For example, if you provide services from home or you sell something in some kind of festival, for example, you're selling earrings or jewelry, whatever you want. And instead of issuing manual receipts, you can use this system to record cash sale and send the receipt to client directly. So how it works, click on enter cash sale. We are looking for person, let's say Chris Brown. Yeah. Date, let's say today. Method, person paid in cash. It's sales. Amount, let's say £10. And notes is, let's say, earrings number. Okay, I don't know how to spell it. 2, 3, 4, maybe 4, 5. You can attach stuff like picture or any selling documents, etc. if needed, and the same for repeat. So when you click save, it asks if you want attach a receipt. We all say that no at this moment. And now it asks, do you wish to email a copy of the invoice to customer? So this is like a real time. So when you enter cash sale, you record your transaction on system, and plus it automatically sends an invoice to customer. Let's click yes. Okay, let's check for Chris Brown. Add Chris Brown. Okay, let's edit and add email address. I will add my email address so we can check. We'll click save and go back. And let's select Chris Brown. Cash sales, £10. Okay, so save. No. And now it's asking if you want to send. Click yes. Okay, now it's reported as a cash transaction. Let's go to back and go to our invoicing tab. Click on current. Okay, and let's check our inbox. And there is an invoice from Rita K 003, and stating that dear Chris Brown, invoice is attached. And when you click on invoice, this is what it's showing, which is amazing, right? So you do not need to use Till to actually record transactions now. But if you want to see all invoices what been issued in February, click on all and you can see all here. Also, you can go to dashboard and amount of all transactions in this month will show on February month. And when we click there, it shows all transactions. So you can review, or maybe if you have missed something, you can issue additional invoice. Also, you can send to Excel spreadsheets and review or analyze this information for as and how you need or as you wish. Does it start to get sorry, what I meant, does it start to get boring again? Please bear with me for the last section about expense recordings and how you can attach documents, and that's it. Last section will be finished. Shall we crack on? I think so, yes. So let's do it. Okay guys, in this section we will cover how you can add expenses and record supplier invoices. So first things first, under system settings there is expense types. So if you want to record more expenses or different kind of expenses, this would be your place or playground to add your different types of expenses. If you know that accommodation will be, you will receive bill from particular supplier, then you would need to select this one as showing, as this will be part of your supplier bills as well as expenses. Yeah. So if you have agreement, let's say with Premier Inn or Travelodge, then and they invoicing you monthly or weekly. It's depends on your terms and conditions agreed. Then select this one also as supplier bill. Yeah. So how we can add a new type? For example, we will add description, utilities. So electricity, water, if you have a separate office, we separate electricity meter, that's fine. Create utilities category. You can add per units. For example, if you use particular calculation, how many kilowatts you have used by using that office, you can use per unit information and fill details here. One of the most used categories for units and multiplier description is fuel. I think so it per mileage, like 45 pence per 1 mile, I think so. So this is an area what you can use to show, for example, if you driven in a week 50 miles, so this is the cost what you can claim, and etc. if you are a sole trader for your self-assessment purposes. I will deselect it. If there is any particular tax rate, it's the same, you can select and work and add information as needed for your business needs. We would want to attach receipt, because when we would be, how to say, if we are going towards making tax digital, you will need to keep your records digitally. So we want to attach receipts digitally, so when you took a picture on your phone, let's say, you can easily attach that copy of receipt or a bill straight away on software, right? So this is a place where you can say that, yeah, I want to keep receipt. However, if you use some government guidelines for having expenses claimed, for example, for a mileage you've driven, or maybe particular rates for, let's say, property what you're using, and there is part and government have provided rates that you can use and apply, then you might possibly not need to attach receipt. So just select that you do not need to attach receipt when you use this particular expense category. Okay, I will leave that for utilities bill, we will attach receipt. As the same about notes, you can add additional notes about description about this particular entry added on system. Okay, so because utilities will be directly billed to us in this example, we will select the supplier bill, click save. Okay, and next category, for example, you've got your business phone. So let's add phone bill, phone charges or phone bills. So the more expense categories you have, you need to add those in advance in this section under system settings, expense types. If you will not add this information, like or amend in line what you need, for example, for accommodation, click edit, and I will say, well, actually, I will have a supplier bills invoice to us directly instead of having us added as an expense on system. Then it will not show up on your expense categories when you will try to add this expense or cost to your business. Yeah, so that would include also your raw materials on etc. Okay, let's go to expenses. So two ways how you can record your expenses. Either you can go to your dashboard and you can enter expense here, and then you can select. Either you want to enter just pure expense, or you want to enter a bill that's been sent to you as a business owner. Yeah. So, or we can go through expenses and it's the same layout. So dashboard actually drops you to expenses and shows the same. So let's say we will add just a pure expense, and expense date would be, let's say, 31st of January, and expense type we can select. So if we haven't showed that employees can add expenses, it will not show up on this list. Yeah, for example, we will just take, let's say there's purchases. We've done some purchases for £35, and we can add a note. Let's say there was 15 times USB sticks, yeah, and we can upload receipt. There is two ways. If you are using your laptop to record expenses, you will need to have this receipt either downloaded as PDF or taking as a picture and then sent to your laptop, and then you can upload. But because this app is actually real time, you can connect to your mobile phone and attach receipt at any time, either when you're entering it or later. For example, if you add all expenses on software via your laptop, later you can go on your mobile app, and I will show you how you can do it. You can go back and amend or edit this entry and attach receipt. Yeah, so let's add couple expense types, and then we can then I can show you how you can do it on a mobile app. So now it's showing that there is one expense under purchases. Let's say we receive supplier bill. We can upload receipt. For example, I had an email and I downloaded my hotel booking and that I have paid, and I can attach this file directly to my expense what I have spent for, yeah. And I can also add the date when it's been paid. So if I had on 10th and like on 10th is my receipt dated, so I will select 10th of January, so it's been paid. You can also select that it's repeated. For example, if you have some kind of supplier bills which are repeating every month and there is set charge, like for mobile phone bills, now there doesn't like fluctuate a lot. You can have a monthly fee of £10, £12, £15, £20, depends on usage, what you're using your business phone for. So you can put it as a repeat, and it will repeat every month. The same applies for if your business has business rates. So your business rates will be standard payment going out every month. So you can select select that repeat option and select frequency and to which dates this runs and at what rate. And you can upload instead of receipt. If you have a annual schedule of all these payments, you can add that one instead of receipt. So let's click save. Okay, and there is our supplier bill. If you want to look for a booking, you click just on booking as a support document, and it will automatically open that information for you and you can have a look. Okay, so let's add a couple more employee purchases. So for example, if you have multiple pages for particular document, you can click on documents or on documents and click add. So this is a place where we can add if you have multiple documents to attach. So for example, there is another one, and we'll say return ticket. Yeah. So once we add this information, when you click on this particular travel bill, you will see that there is documents, that there's something else added. It's the same, you can add notes here, and notes, let's say, travel from to, yeah, from somewhere to somewhere. Oops, oopsie daisy. Okay, and save. And it will timestamp what you have entered and who created. Maybe there is more details needed or something else. So when you go back, example, if I'm clicking on meals, so there is no any information relating to that particular expense. But when you click on travel, you can see there is notes added and there is documents. You can do also for appointments. Likewise with sales invoices and cash sales, you can every single part where you're going, you can download to Excel and analyze your information if you prefer to analyze it in Excel form, by categories, by descriptions, by dates, etc. if it's needed. Yeah. Okay. So first thing what we need to do, we need to download a mobile app. So the way how we can do it, we need to go on either your Apple Marketplace, or I don't know what was for Android. I think so it was Google Play called. So go there and search by Rhino Software Limited. So when you search by Rhino Software Limited, there is there is lots of softwares. Okay, the most important for us is Rhino Online. So download it. Okay, let's open. Okay, let's type an email address, what is assigned to your account. And password. Okay, and it asks in which platform you want to be or environment you want to go. Either live account on Play area. We are on Play account at the moment, yeah. So I will click on Play area and continue. Okay, it's loading. Okay, so when you click on 3 lines on left hand side, you can get your dashboard. On that dashboard, let's go to expenses and let's click on employees, and it's exact information matching with what we have on the screen. Now we click on meals 1635, and on right corner up we can click on edit, and when you click on edit we can upload receipt. And now it gives 2 options: either take photo or choose from library. So if you have already taken picture of your receipt previously, and as we all know that receipt somehow somewhere goes lost, so when you take picture, example after meals directly, or while you're waiting your train or bus and you take a picture of paper given ticket, yeah, then take picture immediately, because later you can add easily on your app, or just use app instantly to record your expense and attach that receipt immediately. So we will select take a photo. So I have receipt, so it asks if I want to access my camera, and I'll say yes. So I'm taking picture and I'm saying use photo and save. So now when I refresh my system and I go to employees, you can go employees or you can select, and then you click on meals, receipt is attached. Yeah, so this is amazing when system can link from your laptop with your phone immediately. So I entered here, but I had no option to go, and I think so, let's say to take photo immediately. You can add expenses, but then later to find receipt and go and take picture and attach it, because part of making tax digital for income tax in the future, you will need to keep copies of receipts digitally. So it's part of a new initiative for government, and you will need to have that kind of software who allows this digital record keeping. Yeah. So app is the same as what you have on your screen. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. And yeah, so that's what is about recording expenses. So now when you click on your dashboard and when we look at expenses, all those expenses are recorded. You can drill more in detail by clicking on this section, and it will show which invoices exactly relate to that particular period of month. Yeah, so there is 2 purchases and accommodation. The same is about February. Yeah, and we can see that in January we had a loss of 126 because there is no any income in January or cash sales or etc. But however, in February we made 216.65 as a profit, so under trading summary. And our total year-to-date profit is 1965, excluding March. March is just provision state or just forecasted at the moment, because we put a one recurring invoice. It's why there's £225 in the future. You can download this information by Quick Reports, by clicking on Quick Reports. And it will show your sales in blue, expenses in yellow, and profits in green. Doesn't show, but there is in red, that is a loss. So there is all details by expense categories, and then it's total by sales. So you can actually download this report and analyze in more details, or use in your business presentations if you need to. Okay guys, I hope that this tutorial have helped you to understand Rhino Apps accounting software. And you know how to register, how to set up, how to record income and expenses, how to review information and amend if you need to do so. If you have any questions or require any further advice, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!